And we continue. Alright, so today I'm talking about Magic the Gathering's Avatar set and which cards are my top 5 for best single pickups for Commander. Because, you know, I believe in buying singles rather than sealed product. Mostly because I'm broke, but you know, that's besides the point. But you know, maybe I could make an exception, like, I mean, come on, how expensive could... Oh wait, no, that's collector boosters. For a moment here, I thought that the play boosters were gonna be... Sorry about that. Choked on my pornness, I suppose. Ugh. Well, I guess it's singles life for me, so hey, it's a good thing I made this list so I know which cards I should pick up for myself. Anyway, before I get started though, here's a word from our disclaimer about, you know, how and why I picked these cards in specific. Firstly, these are my picks for the 99, so you know, not commanders. I got enough projects in my binder that I'm never gonna finish anyway, so might as well not add cards to that. Second, I will primarily evaluate these in isolation from the price of the single. Mostly because, you know, pre-sale prices can't be viewed as accurate, but I will grumble angrily about it when I think it's relevant. Third, these are all cards from the base set, so you know, no jumpstart cards over here. Mostly because I kind of forgot that existed, but then I haven't looked and it wouldn't have changed anything anyway. Number 4, I will try to prioritize generally good cards over linearly good cards. It just makes sense that way. And lastly, there's a spider in my room. I'm a bit worried about it. I think it's watching me. Help. Honestly, there were a ton of good cards that I wish I could have put on the list, so know that making this list was not easy at all. Like really, I haven't had this much trouble since the last time I tried to convince my deck it could draw lands. That's it, laugh through the pain. Alright, so let's get started with an honorary mention. As it might surprise everyone, I'm not a rich guy. Hell, I'm not even an average income guy sometimes, but because my funds are extremely limited, I often also limit myself to a single card from a set. Like this is the card that if I only get to pick one card, I'd buy this card. Granted, it has my personal opinion about it and I'm extremely biased, but that's alright. So the card I'd get for myself from this set is my Scornful Striker. She's a 1 generic 1 black mana 2/2 legendary creature human noble ally with first strike, and whenever a player casts a non-creature spell, they lose 2 life. If it's gonna be singles life for me, guys, I think she's the one, cause you know, I'm in love. I mean, look at that, the art looks gorgeous to me, and the quote from the flavor text from the show, 10 out of 10, love it. And the effect, there is nothing like making every Izzet player question their life choices. It's going straight into my Valgavoth Group Luck deck. But unfortunately, I think this card is way too linear to make it into the list I was gonna make, but hey, I'll pick her any day. Love it. Now on to the actual list. My number 5 pick is Ember Island Production, which is a 3 generic blue sorcery with choose 1. Create a token that's a copy of a target creature you control, except it's not legendary, and it's a 4/4 hero in addition to its other types. Or, I can create a token that's a copy of a target creature an opponent controls, except it's not legendary and it's a 2/2 coward in addition to its other types. Man, what a funny card. A bit of a weird one for sure, but then again, it is me, so... Creating a token of basically any creature to get its ETB is really good. In comparison, we also have like Quantum Misalignment from Doctor Who, which is also a card that has seen some rise in the price, if you get what I mean. No, like I actually mean its rise has... you know what, that came out weird. Not gonna cut it though. Ember Island Production can also make copies of your opponent's creatures, which... It's honestly just really flexible in that you can get any creature token and make it non-legendary. Like, there's always room to have one more copy of your own commander at the very least. This is a pretty good pick for any Y'shtola decks out there, am I right? No? Just me? Well, fine. Jerry the Spider at least knows what I'm talking about. Am I right? Oh, I lost him. Well, that's not good. The only minus I'd really give this card is that there are other ways to create a non-legendary copies or tokens of your commander or other creatures, so sure, it's not exactly unique, but hey, at the end of the day, it's an uncommon. Like drawing that 3rd land to cast your Cultivate. Good times, good times. But yeah, I think this is a pretty solid pickup, and hey, it's an uncommon. It's gonna be worth like less than $1 probably. Hopefully. As my number 4 pick, I have Avatar Destiny, which is a 2 generic green enchantment aura. Enchant creature you control. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 for each creature card in your graveyard, and is an avatar in addition to its other types. When enchanted creature dies, mill cards equal to its power. Return this card to its owner's hand and up to 1 creature card milled this way to the battlefield under your control. Ooh boy, that's a lot of text. Hey, flavorful and interesting. It has all the obvious aura and enchantment advantages, like the Enchantress decks and so forth, but it also mills in green, which helps out a lot if you have any graveyard shenanigans, and even if you don't, this card actually enables itself by returning creatures back all on its own, and depending on your creature count, it can randomly enable commander damage lethals. But I mean, even getting like a casual +4/+4 is really good for 4 mana, and its last ability recycles itself like, ooh boy, now that is great. Now unfortunately, if you don't have any good creatures or you don't have a lot of creatures in your deck, this card obviously becomes, kind of bad. And because the last ability requires the creature to die, which in a world where everything is exiled because once you realize that the graveyard is just your second hand, it's a bit of a tilt. But hey, still a really flavorful and fun card, and hey, they can't remove all the threats, am I right? Except it's mine, apparently. Well, at least for my number 3 pick, they better have a counterspell ready, because this one they can't remove, and it is Spirit Water Revival. 1 generic mana blue sorcery. As an additional cost to cast this spell, you may waterbend 6. While paying a waterbend cost, you may tap your artifacts and creatures to help each one pay for 1 generic. Then, draw 2 cards. If this spell's additional cost was paid, instead shuffle your graveyard into your library, draw 7 cards, and you have no maximum hand size for the rest of the game. Exile Spirit Water Revival. Oh boy, oh god. Okay guys, hey come on. At its worst, it's a divination. Okay, that's not great. But I play cards with cycle as an upside all the time, so this is like 2 cycles. And hey, if you get to pay the waterbend cost, ooh my, oh my. My mouth's getting watery just thinking about it. A 3 mana draw 7, I should probably talk to a professional about this. Nah. A one-sided time twister with no max hand size on top. God, I love it. It's actually a slightly better time twister as you get to keep your old hand, like, ooh boy. So much good. The only downside is that getting the waterbending 6, even with clues and treasures, might be a tad hard to activate in some decks, and sometimes you really want to keep that graveyard. But other than that, I have no real problem with the card. Well, other than Aang's eyebrows being a bit disturbing. I mean, look at those! Yeah. Alright guys, we're nearing the end, and my number 2 pick for this set is Obsessive Pursuit. It's a 1 generic black enchantment. When this enchantment enters and at the beginning of your upkeep you lose 1 life and create a clue token. It's an artifact with pay 2, sacrifice this token to draw a card. Whenever you attack, put X +1/+1 counters on target attacking creature, where X is the number of permanents you've sacrificed this turn. If X is 3 or greater, that creature gains lifelink until the end of turn. Like, my oh my. Token/artifact generators with upsides are just great. Want a waterbend? Or improvise? Well, here's some clues. Are you in a sacrifice deck that just wants things to throw away? Hey, here's some clues. Love it. Wanna bump your dude to get a finish on your opponents while gaining a bunch of life? No cards in hand? No need to politic your way out of this one. Just crack some clues, my man. Honestly, a really cool design. And hey, if you get this down on turn 2, it's gonna be an insanely good as it generates just clues to sack and do things with. But hey, even if you get it at a later turn, at its worst, it's gonna generate a single clue and therefore be a 4 mana redraw. Which is, not great, but that's at its worst. Sure, it's not for every deck, and yes, my friends are probably gonna aim to get me to that exactly 1 life to finish me off with this. What good friends I have. But still, probably my favorite card of the set outside of my Maifu. Get it? My Maifu? No, don't leave. Well, now that I've driven away most of the audience, I think it's fair that we talk about my number one pick for the set. And yes, my pick for the number one, the hottest single in all of Avatar is Wan Shi Tong, Librarian, a blue axe legendary creature bird spirit. It's a 1/1 with flash, flying, vigilance. When Wan Shi Tong enters, put axe +1/+1 counters on him, then draw half axe cards rounded down. Whenever an opponent searches their library, put a +1/+1 counter on Wan Shi Tong and draw a card. Like, what? Now I give this number one pick kind of begrudgingly because I know this is the obvious pick, but what can I say? Apparently Watts' balancing team looked at the card and decided, nah, not today. Like, what is... Like, am I insane or is this card insane? Or both? Both sounds good, let's go with both. I mean, when you think about it, this card is great almost at any moment you draw it. At the beginning of the game, when everyone is ramping and fetching, it draws a card where your opponents have to really think that, why are we friends with this guy again? And if you draw it late in the game, you can just pump all the mana you have into it and draw even more. On top of that, it has flying, vigilance and flash, just so you can make sure to play it at the best possible time to tell your opponents that you were the problem all along. Just like, what? No notes, design. You wanted to sell packs? You did it. But no, not me, no. I buy singles. Which means that I can get myself a copy of this card for the low price of... Well, as I was saying, I can get one for the low price of my printer ink, because ain't no way I'm paying that much for this. Like, come on, let's be real. This is Commander, this is not, 60 card formats, which ironically, I think this card is playable also in, and for all those who play 60 card formats and need to get copies of this, I'm sorry? Well, all jokes aside, this is my pick for the overall best card, the hottest single for the set. I just know it's gonna be a Chase Mythic, so it's always gonna have a bit of a price tag, but, do remember you can proxy things, and remember to watch out for those pre-sale prices. They are a fickle mistress. Charming, enticing, and then suddenly gone with your money. Good times, good times. But hey, thanks for watching. Feel free to tell me which cards you're excited about, cards I've missed, or cards that you're planning to buy. I'm gonna stick with mine for now, until my wallet heals from its Final Fantasy trauma. Oh boy, that was a time. Well, hope you all have a great pre-release. Anyway, on to the next one.